What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze. Today we are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today before we start the video, of course, hopefully you guys are having a very good day today. And today we have here a new event called the Namek Threat Breakthrough, the Super Armor. This is a really good event here. This is actually be very similar to every event during Worldwide Celebration in Part 2, where you have to break these tiles or defeat a number of enemies using a full team of AGL, or to use a specific category. This one right here is going to be here, of course, movie heroes and movie bosses, and the goal is to actually beat here 25 of the robots right here. Now I just start off with the most difficult one. This one right here is going to be here the AGL. This one here I was forced to use here a double full power Frieza, and the reason why is because for some odd reason I could not find any Majin Vegetas, so I decided to bring here the full Planet Namek Saga category with full power Frieza, and this is pretty simple. Again, what you really want to do here is that full power Frieza is actually able to do enough damage in this event right here. Now you don't really have to use specifically movie bosses or movie heroes, but these characters like LR full power Frieza, LR Goku, these guys type advantage are able to do lots of damage here to these characters right here. So I was kind of forced to use your full power Frieza. Now, what I actually ended up doing here is, because I actually ended up redoing this video since I lost the footage, is that I actually decided to bring Ginyu as the leader because he is providing here 200% to the Friezas, since they're part of the Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors, and also he's providing here 170 across the board for the Planet Namek Saga. So this is really pretty simple. What you really want to do here is that you want to try and get this final form Frieza in the middle right there in the last phase, where you do have to beat all the robots within three phases, I guess you call them, or 3 tries, because this Frieza does have an AoE, and you want to basically make sure that you bring your nuking items, and you make sure that this character actually gets as many orbs as possible. And also, if you're pretty lucky, maybe he'll do a double super, because if he does a double super, then this is gonna be a guaranteed win in the last phase. So again, this was pretty simple. The real trick was trying to get, I guess, Frieza in the last spot, the final form Frieza. But in this situation, I actually don't end up getting here final form Frieza in the last space, because one of my rotations where these robots actually do survive. I also brought here the LR Krillin and Gohan. Again, these LRs are able to do massive damage against type advantage in this event right here. So even if you don't have any movie heroes or movie bosses, if you're bringing characters who hit really hard and can do additional super attacks here as well, this is going to be pretty much an easy event here. So again, for those that don't have Majin Vegeta, or for some odd reason could not actually find a friend for a Majin Vegeta, you can definitely go ahead and use this team build. I also brought Jace here as well, because, sorry, not Jace, but Birder here, just because Birder is an AGL type, and also he's free to play. He has his EZA, and he's also able to kill one of the robots in the very end. So again, this is really nothing too difficult. Ginyu also hits pretty hard here. With his passive, he can do additional super attack. Frieza, as long as you put him in slot number 1, if there's attack in number 1, he can do 2 super attacks that are guaranteed to hit the robots right here, so you don't really have to worry about too much. Also, he can also do 3 super attacks if you're lucky with the hidden potential system. And if there's no attacks in the first spot, you can also put him in slot number 2 or 3, where he has a medium chance of doing additional super attack. And then with the hidden potential system, you can maybe get a 3rd one. So again, this is one of the situations where I got very unlucky. The robot here just survived, so I have to actually go ahead and rely on the RNG next phase to actually kill the robots. But again, the real strategy using this team build is that you want to use this final form Frieza to actually get his AoE, and make sure that you give him all the nuking items so he does lots of damage here. I also brought your 3rd form Frieza just because I want that extra support for the final form Frieza. Yeah, I want the extra support for the final form Frieza, because he is providing here 40% for the whatchamacallit here, for the sworn enemies. So because Frieza is part of sworn enemies, not only are we using all his links, but we're also providing here an extra 40% to attack. Also, one tip here as well is that if you are using full power Frieza, you actually want to make sure that you're only going for the 12 key super and not the 18 key super. And the reason why is because Frieza is going to raise his attack on his 12 key super, so you want to make sure you actually want to go ahead and do that. So this is going to be it for part 1. Again, to me, I feel like this is the most difficult one, and then now we'll move on to part 2. All right, and we are back. So this is going to be part two. So this one here is going to be against here the end stage. This one here might be also very difficult, and the reason why, because there's actually not that many characters who are part of movie heroes or movie bosses who are going to be in type and have an AOE. So I did try and cheese this out with the free-to-play Raditz. If you don't have your Vegeta, again, the LRs do a lot of damage if you have type advantage, especially if you have them fully rainbowed. But this one here is pretty simple using a double Vegeta. And the reason why is because his active skill, when you actually reach the turn 4, is going to be an AoE, which actually does a lot of damage in this event right here. So this one here is pretty simple, but if you don't have Vegeta, you can kind of cheese it with, of course, here the free-to-play Raditz. The only thing is that Raditz does not have a very good team, so you are forced to use like a leader that's going to provide 150 or 120 across the board, or even 130 for extreme in types. You could also use your Broly as well if you wanted to. The thing is that Broly is, because you're not against a Saiyan type unit, there's no guarantee you do the additional super attack. Or your chances of doing additional super attack are not that high, since there's only an 18% chance. But you can also use there a double Goku, Super Saiyan Goku as well. If you don't have the Int LR Vegeta here, because the thing about the Goku is that you do have to be very lucky. Because, I mean, most of the time there's going to be attacks in the front, but sometimes there's no attacks in the first spot. So, as long as the first attack in the first spot, that will trigger Goku's guaranteed additional super attack, then you can go ahead and use here a double Goku. If not, you are going to have to rely on his extra passive, where, again, just like Frieza as the third or second slot character, he only has a medium chance of doing additional super attack. So, again, you probably want to go ahead with, of course, here, double Vegeta. It's just much more simpler. You're also, because of the leader skill of Majin Vegeta, but because of the leader skill for, whatchamacallit here, for Vegeta here, you are able to bring here a movie character, which of course is the Int Ize Gogeta. He's really here for like some RNG, because again, he is able to kill these robots very easily, but you really want to kind of prey on the RNG that he does like a double super, because, again, the Gogeta is just really there just to fill out the spot, but the main characters are going to be here Goku and Vegeta, because they can do multiple super attacks. So this one here is not too crazy, pretty simple, I want to say, overall. But if you're missing certain characters, this can be definitely difficult, but I would say definitely a double Int LR Vegeta is definitely going to be the way to go here. I even tried to bring Beerus as a leader, and just it was not enough. So for consistency, how easy it was, I'll definitely go here a double Int LR Vegeta. Not much really here to say here. You just want to make sure that you save the active skill for the last phase. And if you're actually pretty lucky, maybe you might plan out your rotations where you actually have both the Int LR Vegeta in the last phase, where you only have your 3 tries. And then basically you just use a double active skill, and then you get the win, and then that's pretty much GG. So I think this was pretty simple. I'd probably say this is maybe a 6 out of 10 for difficulty. So we'll stop right here and move on to part 3. Alright, so here we are, we have your part 3, so this one here is going to be the physical stage, and this one here was actually pretty simple. Now the trick you actually want to go ahead with this stage right here is actually want to do this old trick from last year, where if you are using here Broly, the full power Broly, you actually wanted to de-awaken him, because you don't actually want him to transform. So that's going to be a small trick when you are doing this phase right here, is that you actually want to de-transform with this Broly. Now, there is a risk by doing this, is that Broly, as you guys know, is not going to be hitting as hard. So, if you have this Broly in the last phase, you want to make sure that if you are using the nuking items right here, the Boro Cookie, the Chilai, the Lemo, you want to make sure that you are giving him as many orbs as possible, because, again, that will affect how much damage he does, because as you're going through these phases with these robots right here, the Celtic Guards, I believe that's their name, their HP or their defense is much higher. So again, you really want to be careful if you are using this method right here. But luckily, I could not find any Broly. But what I did find here is that I was able to find here a EZA cell right here, the physical one. So the physical cell is actually pretty good. He does provide you, I believe, 120 across the board. Is it 120? I believe it's 120 across the board for extreme physical. And what's actually pretty good is that his AoE is only a 12 key super. So by having a cell in each rotation and having Broly here as well, this is actually pretty simple. So there's not really much to talk about, but having a double cell is definitely the way you want to go. Very consistent. You just share big bad bosses with the physical cooler here as well, which I did bring just because the links is be very important, but also cooler does stack attack and defense, and he actually hits pretty hard in his event here as well. I also brought here the Fizz Broly here, legendary Super Saiyan Broly from the OG days. And the reason why is because he's going to be sharing links with the full power Broly. But also he can do multiple super attacks as well. But you can see here that Cell with his super attack, again, is just doing monster damage. So I would definitely recommend going here as a double Cell in this event here. I've seen some people use Chowman here as well. But again, if you're someone that doesn't have Chowman and you don't have like the good leader, then you can definitely go here double Fizz Cell. It's definitely doable right here. Yeah, I also brought here, of course, your Frieza as well, because he's a support type unit for movie bosses. But again, we have your double AoE with this Broly, and then we have Cell here, so there's really not much to worry about. And again, you can see this is what I'm talking about, is that as you're going through the rounds right here, Broly's attack actually does not do that much damage if you actually de-awaken him. So again, you want to be very careful if you are going to de-transform him. You want to make sure that you give him as many orbs as possible with the nuking items. But there goes Cell. Cell's going to be able to clean up the house right there, 4.7. Again, he's not even part of movie bosses, but these LRs do a lot of damage right here. Unfortunately, we actually don't kill these robots right here, so we actually do miss a turn, but it doesn't really matter because, again, in the last phase, Cell is just able to sweep up everything in one single go. I also brought here LR Bully Chilai Lemo just for the extra links, but also if you give them 2 AGL key spheres or 2 STR key spheres, they do provide you an extra 39% attack to entire rotation. So they're really there just for the support, but they're also part of movie bosses. So if ever we miss one character, at least these guys can do a super attack, and of course, you know, do a lot of damage since they are part of movie bosses. Yeah, so that's gonna be about it for this stage right here. Not much to talk about. This, again, was pretty simple. Right now, I'm just trying to see if Cell is 120 across the board with his EZA. Let me go ahead and just check very quickly here for Cell. And we want to go Fizz. So Cell isn't be providing here. Yeah, he provides your 120 across the board with his EZA. So if you're able to find a friend, Cell, EZA, definitely go ahead and actually use them right here, because this was very simple. So that's gonna be it for stage number 3, and then we'll move on to stage number 4. All right, and we are almost at the end. So this is gonna be here stage number 4, or I guess the 4th stage. This one here is gonna be here the AGL phase. So we're gonna bring here full tech type units. This one here was actually very simple. If you have the 70th anniversary LRs, you definitely want to go ahead and bring them right here. This was my first try, but there's a lot of characters that you can actually bring. One of these characters I actually did not even realize is that you can actually bring here the EZA Tech Majin Vegeta. Because he does have an AoE and he's actually part of Beyond Super Saiyan, so you can definitely replace him with Krillin. I just wanted Krillin for the extra support. Wasn't too sure how well this was going to go, because this was actually my very first stage to actually get done here. And you guys can see that I actually used an item very early, which was a very big mistake, but again, this was my first try, so this again was pretty simple. The LR Gods, if you give them a full 24 key super, they'll be super effective. But if you give them here a 20 key super, they do a guaranteed additional super attack, and also part here of movie heroes here as well. So again, this was pretty simple. You also have here the LR Tech Gogeta as well, or the LR Tech Goku and Vegeta. They're also very strong here as well because just like the STR LR Goku and Vegeta, in their base form, they also have here a mere chance of doing additional super attack plus the hidden potential system. So these guys can do here 3 attacks as well, or 3 super attacks. Potentially with hidden potential system. So this right here was very, very simple. Again, I did fumble right here. I should have brought here the EZA Majin Vegeta, but even if you don't have him, it'll be completely fine because this is pretty simple right here. Who else did I bring on this team build here? I'm pretty sure I also brought here, I'm trying to think right now, who else did I bring? Oh, I also brought here Gohan here as well. The Tech LR Gohan, and the reason why is because just like the 6th anniversary LRs, Gohan does have a medium chance of doing additional super attack once he does his super attack, and then with the hidden potential system, he can also do another attack here as well. So Gohan's just really here because he can do actually multiple attacks. I also brought here the LR Gobros as well, pretty self-explanatory, because these guys can also do multiple attacks here as well. So this one was probably one of the easiest ones for sure, and there's really not much to go about. But yeah, this is the team build I use. I'm not too sure if there's any other team build you can actually rock without the LR Gods, but you can maybe, I'm trying to see here. Can you go Extreme type? I don't think Extreme type has an AoE, but you could also bring Broly as well. Broly is actually a fantastic unit here as well. If you actually don't have here the LR Gohan or the LR Gohan and Goten, you can definitely bring here Broly, because Broly is also part of Beyond Super Saiyan. So he's also another character you can actually bring here as well. He does do a guaranteed additional attack as well, so that can also work in your favor. He does also have an active switch, which is pretty easy to get. So again, this was a very easy one. Again, compared to last year, I feel like last year against Frieza's minions, this was a lot more difficult. But this is very good for a lot of players, even free-to-play players. I would say this is really good because you have a lot of good options when it comes to being this event. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for stage number 4. Again, let me know what your team build was. It was actually very similar or not, but this is team build I used, and this was pretty simple. I got on the first try. So yeah, the AGL phase of this is pretty simple. I'll probably say it's maybe like as in terms of easiness, probably like an 8 out of 10, pretty simple, or even 9 out of 10. Like this was very easy. So that's gonna be it for stage number 4. We'll move on to the last one. Alright, and we are back with the last one, the easiest one by far. This one I had to redo because by accident I did actually erase the footage. In my original one I actually brought here a double cooler because for some reason I could not find a Broly, but luckily in my second run while recording this video, I was actually able to find a Broly right here. So again, the main strategy with Broly, easy LR Broly, is that you want to keep him one copy on each rotation. And then pretty much that's it. That's just GG's. Not much really to talk about. Broly does a guaranteed additional super attack. Now, even if you don't have the LR Broly, you can still rock your a double cooler. And the reason why is because cooler, as you guys know, does multiple attacks. So as long as you bring him, you're pretty much safe to go. In this team build, let's actually decide to leave cooler as the leader because he is providing that extra stature to the entire category, since the entire category is also movie bosses. So if you don't have Broly, what you could do here as well is that you can swap cooler for a different leader, and then you can also bring here the Fat Majin Buu. The Fat Majin Buu has an AoE as well, so you just have to make sure that you give him a lot of orbs here with the nuking items in the last phase, because again, he's not part of movie bosses, so you want to make sure that you actually bring as many sorry, I actually want to give him as many orbs as possible, so it becomes very effective in the last phase. You can also bring here the Broly, sorry, not the Broly, but you can also bring here the EZA STR Broly as well, the TUR version. He's also very good. He does here a double super attack once you give him a 12 key super. So you have a lot of good options if you don't have like the top tier LRs. You can definitely use some TURs here as well, which will definitely get the job done here. So that's me about it. There's not much really to talk about this one right here. This one's again the easiest one. As in terms of easiness, 10 out of 10, very, very easy. Again, the strategy is to have Broly on each rotation, have Cooler slowly built up, and then that's all she wrote. You beat the event, and then you get your easy free stones. Even as a free-to-play player, this should be pretty simple as well, because all you really need is to have this Broly, find a friend Broly, and then he pretty much is going to clean the house here. You just have to maybe strategize to have him in the last phase, use your nuking items, and then pretty much that's going to be it. All right, so that's gonna be a video, my boys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos. Come down below, let me know your team build, let me know if you guys enjoyed this event, and let me know if you guys were able to get all your free stones. All right, so again, I'll say thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.